Yo, what up, fam? It's your boy Mondo. Just want to thank God for blessing me to wake up to see another day. And I'm about to head on out, and y'all know that thing I do, that thing I love to do. I want to talk about something today before I peel on out of here. Could be somewhat controversial. The topic for today is called, "Is it okay to question your pastor?" The answer to that, for me, yes. I'm not talking about the pastors who are involved in the community, the ones who give back, the ones who are in good standing with certain upscale members who can help you out, who can provide food, who can provide shelter, and who truly have a message to lead you to salvation. I'm talking about those pastors, the ones who are in favor of certain people in the church and in favor of certain messages. Okay, let me give you an example of one message. You pastors need to quit telling the congregation that Jesus was rich. Therefore, that's why he wants you to be rich. Jesus was rich in status, as in his name, being the Son of God. Because if you read the Bible, you will notice that his childhood is not even included in the Bible, because Jesus was hunted most of his life. Jesus was basically, he had to hide, going from place to place, dropping that gospel each place he went, and he had to be in hiding for most of the time he was on this earth. Jesus was hunted, and he was still kind enough to give people a kind word. You know, Jesus didn't roll with the rich. Jesus rolled with murderers. He rolled with thieves. He rolled with rapists. He rolled with prostitutes. That was a person that was truly trying to bring salvation to the lost. Okay, number two, these brothers who are, they may be have a little money, but the pastor knows that this brother is running from woman to woman to woman in the church. Okay, he's preying on these women. You know, he getting the goodies, he peeling on out. The pastor knows of this, but he still treats this guy like a celebrity. Why? Because this guy has a little money and he can tie pretty good. The pastor ought to sit that Negro down and tell him, or that white guy, the pastor ought to sit him down and tell him, look, I'm trying to set an example here. You need to quit running through these sisters like it's water. You need to zip it up and keep it in your pants. Yeah, this is a place of worship, not a brothel, okay? Number three, I will question the pastor and ask him, why do you favor the educated? You know, educated, I see a lot of churches where the educated usually block themselves off from people who are non-educated. People with the double doctorates and 2 masters and 2 bachelors are particularly people who the pastor favors. Why? Because maybe they're able to give a little bit more than you. I don't know why a pastor would treat a certain group of people better than he would another, because that's not going to inherit you paradise any quicker, and that's not going to inherit you a spiritual kingdom. Because as you know, the spiritual kingdom is not the place. The paradise is the place. The spiritual kingdom is a state of mind. That means that, because it says, the Bible says you must inherit the spiritual kingdom here on earth. That means it's a group of spirit-minded people who are in tune with God, and it's a lot of them, and that's the kingdom. Of course, the king is God. Paradise is the place, and your education is not going to get you there any faster. And the pastor need to go on ahead and start treating people the same, treating people equal. Don't look down on nobody, because that's not what a pastor's supposed to do. Well, Armand, don't touch God's anointed. Let me tell you something. A person is not anointed just because they say they are. A person is not anointed just because you love them to death and you want to believe they're anointed. Because if they are performing any of these said behaviors, trust and believe they are not anointed. They tell you what you want to hear. They make you think you're better than people, because you're going to continue to give them money. Okay? Just remember that. You're not going to get to heaven any quicker just because you got a little bit more money and a little bit more education. The Bible says that the gate will be narrow. Understand? They don't say it will be wide, it will be narrow. Okay? And a pastor is not necessarily right in everything he says. Don't forget, the Bible says you must discern. It didn't say discern, it said you must discern. Which to me says, hey, discernment is a requirement. So if I'm getting fed a bunch of garbage, hey, I'm going to question it. So quit trying to get finagle money out of people talking about how rich Jesus was when you don't even know nothing about his childhood, because more than likely he was in hiding. Don't forget, he was the 3 wise men were sent to kill him when he was born. So there's no telling how long he had to be in hiding. Okay? So you have to understand something, people. In the eyes of God, we are all equal. Even the pastor, who is no better than you. It's okay to question his tact. It's okay to question what he preaches, because sometimes they don't always throw the right thing out there. Okay, you must discern. You must get your own information sometimes. I already talked about the pastors who I'm not referring to. This is not about you. Okay, it's about these pastors who know that they're preaching the wrong message, okay? Especially about this prosperity gospel, which was not even out in Jesus' time. Prosperity gospel was founded by Billy Graham, and it did not come out to 1921. So you must look to God for your answers, and only look to the pastors who are interested in giving you true spiritual guidance. Until next time, it's your boy Mondo. I'm about to be out. Couldn't wait to make this video, but I got things to do, places to be, so I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.